I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 66. And today we're going to talk about the fight, right? The fight for your dreams, right? Because here's the deal. Freedom is not free. And you're going to have lots of ups and downs and ups and downs. You're going to have times where you feel like throwing in the towel, where you feel like giving up, where you feel like things are just pointless. You feel like you're going in circles. You may feel like you're not getting there fast enough, or, things are just not happening the way you want it to happen. And, there's some things that we can do to fix that. We can get some mentors. We can hire some coaches. We can take a step back. Sometimes you just got to take a step back and take two steps forward, right? We can plan, do, and review and study and get better ourselves so that everything around us gets better. Yes. But the reality is, even when doing all of that, you're still going to have disappointments. You're still going to have failures. You're still going to have perceived failures, I should say, because you never really fail. You just learn and you grow from it and you get better. That's the goal, of course. If you don't get better, then it could be considered failure. But if you run into a stumbling block and you learn how to get over that thing the next time, then you've learned, right? And that's the thing. It's not going to be peaches and cream. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be an ugly fight, right? Your nose is going to get bloodied, right? Um, but at the end of the day, your freedom is so worth it. And so I just want to encourage you today, really, just to keep the fight. Fight the good fight, right? Because again, your family deserves it, you deserve it. And once you make it on the other side, you'll be like, okay, I'm so glad I stuck in there, because life can be so different, right? Where you can call your own shots, where you can you're not stressed out about the income, or you don't have to go produce for the income. The income just comes because of things that you've set in place and you've set in motion, and you worked hard for it. So you deserve the fruits of your labor. You deserve to be able to travel, or be able to buy yourself nice things, or be able to give big to charity and be a philanthropist, and just be able to call the shots and be able to spend more time with your family, your kids. You deserve to be at the pool with your kids and not have a care in the world, or be at the beach, or just, go to the movies at 11 or 12 o'clock in the afternoon when maybe nobody's really there because everyone's usually at work, but you get to decide what you want to do. And that right there, my friends, is true freedom. But you have to go through the ups and downs, the hurdles. You got to go through the wall, right? You're going to have a lot of walls and brick walls and things that are going to get in the way. You're going to have people who are going to tell you this isn't going to work. You're going to have that inner voice, even in your own head, telling you this isn't going to work. And listen, you need to starve the doubt and feed the faith. I'm going to say that again. Starve the doubt and feed the faith. The thing that you feed the most becomes the strongest, right? So what are you feeding the most? And that's why listening to podcasts, that's why reading the books, that's why being surrounded around people who believe more, right? That's why continuing to stretch your vision and seeing what's possible, seeing what life could be like. That's why all those things matter, because we're going to need it as fuel to get us through the tough times. I can't tell you how many tough times I've had, times I wanted to throw in the towel, the times where I cried and no one got it, no one saw it, or the times where, I just felt like is it gonna work? Am I ever gonna get there? Right. And then you never really arrive, because you constantly get better. There's always more. There's always something you can be stretching toward and getting better at. You never want to stay stagnant or at a plateau where, oh, I'm here, so I'm good. You don't ever want to be in that place. You always want to push yourself in the position of a student, in the position of being able to be coachable, being able to learn, being able to grow. I talked to a guy today and he says he likes to study, and he hasn't watched a lot of TV. And he was just saying how, he just likes to learn new things. And that's such a successful and great mindset, right? That, that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a few shows that I like to watch, but more than anything, I'm in those books. I'm listening to audio. I'm listening to courses. I'm constantly finding ways to stretch and grow myself, where I can become better. And it, to me, it's an addictive thing. It's a good addiction, because I don't ever want to stay stagnant. I don't ever want to stay in the same place. And I feel like the more I have, the more I can give. The more that I learn, the more I can teach other people. And that's my desire, is I want to just give it back. I want to give more to other people. So again, like, maybe you're going through something right now. Maybe you're having some goals and you're just constantly missing those goals. Well, hey, we could step back and reevaluate those goals and see what we could do to get you there. But in the meantime, keep going, keep pushing. Don't stop, don't quit, right? Keep going. The only way you can fail is if you quit. And my mentor says it is impossible to stop a man or woman who will not quit. So as long as you keep going, as long as you don't throw in the towel, as long as you're still moving, motion creates emotion. So as long as you're moving, the more you feel like moving, right? But the minute you stop, it takes a little bit more to get that engine going. So keep the train moving in the right direction. You've heard me say success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. That means that if you're moving towards success, then you're already winning, right? You may not have obtained what you're looking for, what you're looking to gain, but because you're going in that direction and most people are not, most people are stagnant, most people are at a plateau, at a standstill, and they're not even thinking about how they can get ahead, but they're just kind of settling for what life has given them. I did a post today talking about the life by design versus the life by default. And you've heard me talk about this before. Um, you know, are you going to design your life? You are the author of your book. You get to write the chapters, you get to write all the paragraphs. What will it look like? And just because you're in chapter 2 doesn't mean chapter 6 is not going to be amazing, right? But we got to get there. We got to give it time to get there. Some things just take time, right? So I know that better than anybody, because I've been on my journey, right? And I just never quit. I just never I mean, even when people thought I probably should, I'm still ticking. I'm still going. I'm still making it happen, because I see the big picture, and I understand that, look, it takes, if it takes the rest of your life, then we're going to get there, right? You either see me at the top of the mountain or on the side of the road trying, maybe dead from trying, because I will not give up. And I pray that you don't give up. I pray that you will keep being persistent and consistent in whatever that thing is you're looking to achieve and accomplish. So, hope you guys got some value from this. This is just another episode of Code Freedom. And my encouragement to you is just not to quit. Don't give up. Keep the good fight. And it is a fight. You got to see it as a fight. You can't see it as it's going to all be peachy king, and nothing happens that way. Who would want to go see a movie where everything just goes good? Like in the beginning, how, here's the progression of a movie. In the beginning, everything is all good and everything is just cool and nice and bubbly, and then all of a sudden something happens, right? And it's tragic. and then you can tell when it's about to happen because the music changes. And then they go through that situation, and then they kind of have to crawl their way and fight their way out of that situation. And then they end up getting to the other side. And for the most part, there's usually a happy ending. That's the narrative of a movie. Now, if it wasn't that way, we probably wouldn't want to see it. If it was just happy-go-lucky the whole movie, it would probably be a boring movie. We like this as, you can't really tell um good if you haven't experienced the bad, right? You can't really appreciate the good if you haven't experienced the bad. Listen, I can appreciate the fact of having a refrigerator with food in it because I've had times where I did not have a refrigerator with food in it, right? I can appreciate having gas in the tank because I can appreciate a time where I did not even know how I was going to get gas to get to where I needed to go, right? So I understand the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs, and I just hope you understand it too. And just understand that the valley is not forever, and neither is the peak season. And you just got to go through what you got to go through to get to where you're going and who you're becoming and continue to grow. So, again, episode 66. Hope you guys got some value. And thanks for tuning in. Can't wait to see you on the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.